Streaming 24/7.
24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika nakupenda sana. Oh, Afrika nakupenda sana.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the African Experience Show. My name is Mandla Aventina Mabunda, and it's been a minute. I've been away for a while, but now I'm back. And as you know how we do it on the show, sometimes I'm in, and sometimes my beautiful doctor co-host is in. So she's out changing the world, as you know. She's out there in Africa talking everything food security, talking everything about agriculture, changing the world like we do on this show. Today, it's yet another game changer type of show. We are finally rounding up the month of women, the month of August, with yet another powerhouse. We are bringing you a dynamic duo, a gifted, talented young women, local Black young women who really took their gifted mother's talent and love for baking and ran with it. Now they are, reaping the benefits of that. You know, when they say charity starts at home, begins at home, today we're going to learn about Conza's Biscuits, who are changing the world of baking out there and who are making inroads and who are showing us that, you know what, you need to get up and you need to stand up and make things happen for yourself, especially in our current economic situation. We are sitting at 45% or thereabout youth unemployment in the country. Nationally, we are sitting at 32% unemployment. So we need to really get up and start making things happen for ourselves. So on that note, let me welcome my beautiful sister, Rirhandzu Chauke, who is one of the managers and founders of Conza's Biscuit. So welcome to the show, my dear. It's good to have you.
Thank you so much, Mama. I am so honored, and hello to everyone who's watching us from all the social networks. I'm so grateful to be here today.
Oh, wow. Isn't she beautiful, ladies and gentlemen? I just love her glow. She's just glowing. So she'll tell us more about that. So, Randu's going straight into it. Tell us about how you did this. A lot of people, a lot of our youths sometimes are scared to start something. Now, what made you? What made you to say, I'm going for it? And what made you to be successful in this thing?
So I'll start from way back. Mina vito ra mina hi mina Rirhandzu wa ka Chauke, ni n'wana Constance Chauke, a nga n'wana wa Gertrude Chauke na Kishnar Chauke, va le Salema ka Xikungu. Hi kulele a Xawela, mina na n'wana ka hina ku nga Rirhandzu Chauke. Hi kurise hi vakokwana, mana va ri ku tirheni. She's always been a hard worker, my mother that is, and she takes from her grandmother. So it's a generational thing. We have strong-willed women in our family that work very hard. We don't just focus on one source of income, but we make sure we have different types of and different sources of income. So, like I said before, we grew up in Xawela. So the business actually formulated a Xawela in Soweto, where it's predominantly Tsonga-speaking people and Ravenda as well. Went to primary school at Gazankulu, and then our high school, both me and my sister, we attended Ferienekhek in the Val, our Christian school. So business-wise, we've always been surrounded by business, from Ezene's grandmother running a tavern, Akaya, and she had a tuck shop at the same time, and my grandmother was actually a teacher. So I loved the teaching profession mainly because I saw my grandmother being a great teacher that she was. So I eventually wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't follow that profession for some reason. Business was always behind me, pushing me. And I saw from my mom how successful she was. My mom has gifted hands. Anything that she touches tends to gold or tends to millions, if I can put it. So She actually started the biscuits business when we were still living at Protectland in Soweto still. And she was like, I don't have a job. My children can't go to school. She can't afford school. Back then, nefsa zaingarbona, so we needed to pay school from our own pockets. So Mama started baking. And Mama, funny enough, didn't like baking. She hated the stove. But she was like, no, man, I remember my mom used to bake because my grandma was a baker. She was like, I remember Mama used to bake the most beautiful biscuits. Let me try this thing out. And she started it, just like that. The neighbors smelled the aroma of the biscuits. They were like, no, man, you should actually sell these biscuits. And that's how Conza's Biscuits in Soweto started. It was an informal business. Mama actually started selling from door to door, knocking. I was with my mom while my sister was still in high school, selling everywhere in the streets, that Protea North and Protea Glen. We were knocking literally on each door. We're selling biscuits. It's 10 rand for a huge packet of biscuits. And then after that, my mom was a hawker at Baragwanath Taxi Rank. That's where people started knowing her biscuits. Then I eventually went to work for retail for a good 10 years while Mama was still selling these biscuits. And then my sister graduated from university, and then she went to work for a corporate company. She worked there for a good 10 years as well. And then eventually we were like, no, man, Mama has been doing this all her life and people love her biscuits and her biscuits are profitable. Let's formally register this business and make it a big thing. So when we started registering the business, it was like, no, let's register, just make it formal. We did not think it would take us to where it has taken us today, So I guess the love for what we do keeps us going, and the hardships that Mama went through, we just didn't want to see her doing that. And we had thought her hardships are because the business was not formally registered or not formally taken care of. It was an informal business. So we're like, no, let's formalize this thing, make it a professional thing. And here we are today. I'm talking to you, having an interview on YouTube.
Yeah. No, that's quite fascinating. I like how it started from the passion of the grandmother, not even the mother, from what you're telling us. Shisonguleka Kokwani, Kokwani ignited that fire in her daughter. And, like a torch, the Olympic torch. We were watching Olympics recently, and we saw how the torch is being moved from one person to the other. And it seems to me like so far, Kokwani was actually on the money. She knew what she was telling us. So now, when I go through your website, it says to me, this is Conza's Biscuit, and a Conza's Biscuit is a heartwarming biscuit company. Now, people choose words wisely, and they choose words to define who they are intentionally. Now, what motivated you guys to select heartwarming as a way of defining Conza's Biscuit?
So basically, this is where it started. The biscuits, everyone who tasted my mom's biscuits always had the same sentiments. These remind me of home. These remind me of my grandmother's cookies. These remind me of when I'm back home during the holidays. So we took that from the feedback that we got from our loyal customers. We're like, no, man, let's use this and run with it. And furthermore, we enjoy what we do. We put everything into the business. When we bake the biscuits in the kitchen, we bake them with love, to a point where I tell the ladies that assist us in the kitchen that, you know what, it's not even bad.
Oh my God, we bless your name, my God.
Oh, we have a DJ Messi, please help us with that. There seems to be an interference. I think we're back on now.
Yes. So we to a point where we tell our ladies, if you are not feeling well, if you had bad news before you came to work, you will not be in the right place to produce and to work. It's nothing wrong. We actually give them a day off. Go back home, relax, come back when your heart is full, when your heart is happy, because it translates. Our baking is energy. Energy transcends. And if you have a bad energy, trust me, it affects the product, the final product of our manufacturing processes. So we tell them to go back home, relax, come back with a heart full of love, put that love into the biscuits. That's where the heartwarming story comes from.
Oh, wow. That's a beautiful story. And, I want us to backtrack a bit. These are two young ladies. One had even finished their qualification at varsity. One had gone on to retail and started doing their own thing. Now, what made you guys to say, hang on, there's something at home that has been started. Why don't we go back and make it work? I mean, I'm talking in a country where I've stated the stats around unemployment and youth, but all the youth, or most of the youth of our country, all they're looking for is a fancy job in an office somewhere, corporate space. They want to be managing. But what made you guys decide, no, 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 Tina, we're going back to the drawing board. We are just going to make the passion that was ignited by our mother to work for us. What sparked that?
So, first of all, me and my sister have always been hardworking women. We are not afraid of hard labor, if I can put it like that. I used to help Mama Akishin with the baking while my sister was at school. So I knew the skill. She had taught me the skill of making the biscuits. Glamour for us was the last thing on our minds because we always sought to have a business, a family-run business at home, because that's what we grew up with. Like I said before, Kokwani ran a business. My grandfather was a chicken trader. He ran a business. My mom was selling clothes at some point. Mama was selling sweets at some point. Mama did recycling at some point until she did baking. And though the baking business for Mama was the most profitable one, but because it wasn't formally registered, we saw that, okay, we're not seeing her hard work being into fruition. Like Mama was basically doing the business from hand to mouth. It was her bread and butter. It wasn't a matter of, okay, I'm going to save money for my children to do this, though she would be able to pay for our school fees, funny enough, So we're like, no, man. Instead of us starting a business from scratch, because starting a business from scratch is hard. It's hard. Mama laid the foundation. Let's just build from it. And we formalized the business, ran with it. And we did not, I guess for me and my sister, we did the glamour. She wore the suits to the office. I looked pretty all the time because I used to be the face of retail stores that I used to work with. So we were like, no, when we did that, let's go down to the drawing board. Let's strategize carefully because we saw the potential that Mama's Biscuits had. And the wave of my mom's biscuits was so much that it pushed us to, no, man, if we did this right, we actually have a potential of making millions out of this business. And that's what's going on right now.
Wow. That is so inspiring. So, ladies and gentlemen, the show, it's called The African Experience. The whole objective behind our shows is we are going all over Africa. We are talking to game changers. We are talking to women of honor who have taken the bull by the horns and not waiting for anyone to create employment for them. We are talking to game changers in their field of experts. So today we are talking to a duo called Rirhandzu na Chauke. They have taken the passion of their mother to another level. They have formalized their mother's business called Conza's Biscuit. Do you want to tell us about Conza's? What is Conza's? What is Conza's and where is it coming from a bit?
So, Conza's Biscuits, not Conza, because a lot of people who are not familiar with the name, they immediately think that's C Z O. So Conza's Biscuit, actually my mom's nickname. So my mom's name is Constance Chauke. And when she started selling the biscuits, everyone started calling it, Conza's. Conza's. Your biscuits are nice. And then my mom, she didn't even put thought to it. She was like, okay, she used to have a trailer, and she got these graphic designers who designed the trailer for her. Actually, when you go to YouTube and you type Conza's Biscuits, the trailer does come out. Conza's Biscuits in Soweto. So this guy was like, okay, no man, I'll write Conza's Biscuits for you on this trailer. And that's where it came from. She was like, oh yeah, we can put Conza's Biscuits there in Soweto. People will be able to recognize it. So Conza's actually is my mom's name, and we did not want to change the name because we wanted to honor our mom while she was still alive. Mama gave birth to us. Gave birth to us. She loved us since we were children. She has done everything that she's doing in her life for us. So why not honor her while she's still alive? And I think this is the best that we can do while she's still here, seeing the fruits of her hard labor coming to life. And now the business is taking care of Mama, and we couldn't be more happy, and she couldn't be more proud that her business that she started, no one took it but her children. And that's what we want to do. Now we are building a legacy for our children through Mama's heart. So that's where Conza's Biscuits come from.
Yeah, that's a lovely story. So you know what? Hang in there. We are about to take a short break. And then when you come back to us, you'll tell us more about doing business. How has that been for you guys since you've taken over the reins of Conza's Biscuits? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go on a short ad break. Hang in there, and we're coming back shortly.
How did I do?
Are you ready for the ultimate dietary powerhouse? Look no further than Masana Dietitian's Nutro Boost. Our scientifically formulated low GI food is designed to give you the boost you need to fuel your body and reach your health goals. With Nutro Boost, you have the flexibility to enjoy it as a high fiber cereal or a satisfying shake. Simply mix it with water and indulge in the mouth-watering flavors that we have to offer. But that's not all. NutriBoost is packed with essential nutrients that are beneficial for your overall well-being. Enriched with 20 immune-boosting vitamins and minerals, it's a convenient and effective way to support your immune system. And here's the best part. NutriBoost is gluten-free, egg-free, and high in omega-3, making it suitable for those with dietary restrictions or allergies. Need an energy boost? NutriBoost has you covered. It's high in energy and protein, providing you with the fuel you need to power through your day. Whether it's a busy morning or an intense workout session, say goodbye to midday slumps and hello to sustained energy with NutriBoost. Try it today and experience the difference. For orders or to become a distributor, contact us on the following details.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you just joined in, if you just tuned in, the show is called The African Experience with myself, Mandla Aventina Mabunda. As usual, we have yet another, you know what, game changer in the house, a powerhouse. You know, when they say a dynamite comes in small packages, we are talking to one such person, like we're talking to our guest today, Rirhandzu Chauke. She's representing the company called Conza's Biscuits. These are the biscuits that offer you heartwarming feelings after consuming them. What a beautiful punchline that you have there. Now, as before we went on the break, we briefly spoke about the name Conza and how it was started by Mama. Now, your mother seems like she had attended one of our classes, because as you are talking consistent, you are talking quality, you are talking customer satisfaction. Now, these are the things that we are learning about even in class, even today. So now I want to know, how did you guys manage to keep those things going? How did you manage to still keep the company base, like the customer base, the quality and the consistency that we are talking about in business, especially in the food business?
So I appreciate the strict upbringing that my mother brought us about. Because if it wasn't for that, I don't think we would have anything right going on. So Mama, everything that she does, she wants perfection. In life, in business, she wants perfection. Her daughters, Roland and Rirhandzu, took that from her. So we are perfectionists. Mama's recipe, since she started the business in 2004, we've kept it the same. That's the consistent part of our product. We've never changed it. I think the only thing that we've changed is places where we've manufactured, but we've kept the same product ingredients that we've been using to manufacture our product. In terms of quality, also it comes to play, quality assurance. Mama had a specific biscuit in mind. She was like, I want the shape of the biscuit to remain like this. And if you look back at, unfortunately, we don't have pictures of when we started, but the biscuits have always been the same. They've never changed. The only thing that has changed was the product, because the packaging, because packaging evolves with time. And since now I'm attending school, I am learning about the packaging practices, and I'm putting that into play into our business. As well as my sister, funny enough, she's also doing food safety practices with the other company. So we take both of what we learn in class and we put it into our business as well. That's just the evolution of the business. Other than that, the recipe has always been the same. And we did not want to lose all the loyal customers that we started with. And funny enough, we do listen to our customers. When there's something wrong, our customers do pick it up and they do tell us. So we have an open door policy where if you have anything, whether it's good criticism, bad criticism, we take it and we reflect on it and we use it towards the business. That has helped us to stay consistent, to keep producing quality manufactured biscuits till today. And Mama, funny enough, till today, every morning we have meetings with Mama. She redirects us. If we are falling out of place, she tells us, no, you need to do this. And through us listening to her, we've managed to keep the business afloat and moving till today.
Wow, that's beautiful. So she's still very much at the helm of what you guys are doing, which is very
She
nice.
doesn't want to retire.
But on a non-executive level, she's like advisory board now, which is so good to see. So now the show is all about inspiring a Black child, right? So
Yes.
now if there is a girl child somewhere sitting in some rural area or even anywhere really, in a location, a township, wherever they could be, and they're saying, you know what, I'm loving what I'm hearing. What advice would you tell them? What is the next step to start a business and to keep it going? And when you have said the business has been alive for such a long time now, and now it's starting to be self-sustainable.
Yes.
What advice would you tell that girl or that African child, rather, even not even a girl only?
So, what I can say to young children out there or young girls and boys out there, there's no better time to start than now. There's no better time, even for someone who's older than me, who's 55, there's no better time to start than now. And do not ever think you need to have all these fancy things, all the money to start a business. My mom started Conza's Biscuits with just 150 rand. That's where she started to bake. She had 150 and a domestic stove at home, and she was like, I'm gonna bake biscuits. And she made one tub, and she actually sold that tub. So it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter how much money you have. When you have the passion and you have trust and you have confidence in whatever it is that you want to do it. Do not be afraid of failure. Failure is part of growth for your business. No one has ever started something and they succeeded with at first go. You will fail multiple times. If you have resilience and patience with yourself, business needs you to be patient. If you have resilience and patience with yourself, you are destined for success. But if you are someone who gives up, you will not win in business. Most entrepreneurs that I've come across, I've seen my mom fail a lot of times and she picks herself up and dusts herself and goes on. We've failed a lot through Conza's Biscuits. We've failed multiple times. We've dipped and dived, but we're still here today because we believe in our product and we trust our hard work and we have passion more than anything, and we have love for what we do. So that's the advice I can give to any child. And funny enough, there are a lot of companies who will offer funding, which is great when you do get that. Conza's Biscuits has been where it is today through we self-funded the business. We've never had sponsorship, we've never had funding. We self-sustained ourselves from our own pockets. Only now, when we are here, everyone is starting to notice us, and their funding now is coming across. So we've got funding later on in life. So if you're lucky enough to get funding when you are starting, great for you. Run with it. Have passion, have resilience, have confidence in your product. Trust the process. Don't be scared to fail. It's part of the journey.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one. And then there's a further question. No, how important is the technical skill in this line of work, especially since we are dealing with food and we are dealing with people's lives? How important, or maybe what type of skills would you say would help someone have a really strong business, especially in this field of food and catering and whatnot? What type of technical skill would you advise them to get?
So you need not be afraid to learn. There's no one who knows everything in life. You might think you know your product in and out. There's always an opportunity to learn. We knew we needed to get certificates, we needed to be compliant, because you're dealing with people's lives. Everyone that eats your product, they are at risk of dying or choking from your product. So when you have your compliance in place, you are good to go. Skills, you do not be afraid to take on skills that are offered to you. If it's a skill to better what you are doing, go for it. If you know how to cook that stew, you know how to use Bisto, and then they're telling you, you know what, come through, there's no rocks. Try it out. It doesn't hurt to try new things and to learn. We learn every day. Till today, I am learning every day on how to improve my product. I've improved our business. We have improved our business through the learnings that we get from our training. You know, we thought we knew it all, but actually we don't. So we've learned how to do apply food safety practices in our kitchen, which has helped our business. This also in turn helps you to be also listed with the corporates out there, because if you are not compliant, unfortunately you're not gonna supply anyone. You'll remain a small business, bake for your neighbors, bake for your close friends. If that's what you do, great. But I think everyone who is in business, they want to grow, and growth comes with following compliance and food protocols. So food safety for us is paramount. It's important because you're dealing with people's lives. You do not want to be held responsible for the death of someone else. So be open to learn anything, whether it's skills. Learn, keep on learning. Even if you know how to use your oven, go, they'll teach you how to properly use it. You will apply it in your business later on in life.
Yeah, thank you. It seemed like you know your story, and I'm glad that some people are connecting online, and we have one such a person out there, you know her. B. Mary is saying, wow. So people are loving what you are saying and they're connecting. And I'm hoping there's someone out there who's getting inspired that, you know what, if I can see Randu doing it, it means I can also do it. I can take my passion for whatever it is, and I can run with it, and I can make a successful business out of it. So before we go on another ad break, I want us to take us through some of the challenges that you have faced in running your business.
So we have had a lot of challenges. We've had financial challenges, we've had facility challenges, we've had load shedding challenges, COVID challenges. So funny enough, when COVID hit us, that's when Conza's Biscuits gained traction, because that's when we started trading online, because we're not allowed to move around. on the roads. We were kept indoors. That's when we explored online trading, and that's when we started our digital footprint. That's where the website started. That's when we had a fan base on our social networks. So one of the challenges was, okay, now you're not able to go and trade like you used to, but now you had to think of other ways, because business can't just stop because of this challenge. Excuse me a little, let me just get our lighting back on.
No, it's fine. You can continue and then someone will get it back on.
Sorry about that. I'm
The joys of live streaming, live TV, live broadcasting, that's the joys of it all.
Oh
yes.
my goodness.
Yeah,
yes.
maybe on that note,
Yes.
we're due for another ad break, and then when we come back from the ad break, you can still continue telling us the journey and the story about Conza's Biscuit. Let's go for an ad break. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back everyone. The show is African Experience with myself, Mandla Mabunda. Today I'm running solo because my co-host is out there changing the world. I'm talking about none other than the beautiful Dr. Hlami Ngwenya, but she will be joining us in a while. We are back with Conza's Biscuits. We are being inspired to get up and follow our passion and change this status quo for ourselves. We are taught now, we are getting inspired that, run with it. Get what you can and run with it, and get the technical skills to help you become successful. You are still talking to us about the challenges that you have faced in your line of work. You can continue on that note.
Yes, Baba, I do apologize about the lighting.
Okay.
So some of the challenges also, I did speak about COVID, but we spun that around. We made it work for us. And that's when we started getting into incubation trainings. It worked well for us. But one of the other challenges that we had, so we partnered with another company to bake from. Unfortunately, they use paraffin ovens, and that affected our biscuits terribly. We lost prominent clients there. We are still recovering from that. So, but also it was a learning curve for us, because we realized we can't just use any other oven or any other gas oven. We have to stick to what we know. So it was also a learning opportunity for us. So in any challenge that we are faced with, we used it as a learning curve. There are a lot of challenges that we faced with the business, financial challenges, like I mentioned before. Like I said, everything we took from our pocket. We did not have money at some point to buy raw products, but we made it work, So finance is a huge challenge for many other small businesses out there. But like I said, when you build partnerships and you have good friendships, when you have family that you can rely on that family, pay them back, because they'll come back again to help you when you are facing a challenge again of the same in the future. So yes, it's not smooth sailing. We did have a lot of challenges. I just mentioned a few, but there's a whole lot of challenges that you face as a business. But like I keep saying, I'll keep repeating it. If you have passion and you have resilience and you have confidence in your product, trust me, it will work for you in anything that you do.
Yes, so on that note, we cannot wait to hear about your achievements, your milestones, so that the people out there know that yes, there are challenges, but yes, there are even more milestones and more achievements. So take us through that as well, and don't leave anything out.
No, I will not. So it's remarkable what's happening to Conza's Biscuits to date, because when Mama started the business in 2004, back then a publisher by known as the Daily Sun was up and coming, and it was very popular back then. They noticed Mama's business. It was actually a journalist who passed through Kobara, and he was like, "No, man, I should do an interview this lady." 20 years from then, we're also now in the spotlight. We didn't even ask for it, because when we started the business, we didn't ask for fame, but fame now is coming to us. So today we are proud to announce that we have won the Small Business Award with Radio 702 and MTN, which is the highlight of 2004 for us. It means a lot for us. It has opened a lot of doors for us, more exposure, because every other business wants to get exposure for their product. It's a huge marketing opportunity, and for us, it's working wonders. We could never be more happy about that. And from here on, it's just growth over and over. We've recently changed our first corporate client, which is BP, which is amazing. Today, we have signed a deal to supply 234 stores nationally of BP Express stores. We are so excited about that opportunity. So, yes, our achievements keep coming. They keep coming. We are left with 4 months in the year, and there's more things coming our way, and we are ready for it. So those are some of the achievements that we have gained so far.
Wow, talking about hard work pays off at the end. This is very good news. So tell our listeners, where do we find Conza's Biscuits? I know you just mentioned BP, but I know you're listed in a number of retail chains.
Yes.
Please list those for us, because I'm sure our people now want to taste this heartwarming biscuit that we've been talking about in the past.
Yes, the biscuits, the lovely biscuits. So you can find our biscuits at these following retail stores. We are supplying a Spa Radio Cop. We have Super Spa Rensig, Super Spa Gordon Road, Super Spa Eagle Canyon, Super Spa Florida Junction, Super Spa Silver Oaks in Pretoria. We have BP Silver Lakes in Pretoria. We have BP Bara for our Soweto customers, which is a funny thing, because the business originated in Soweto, but only now we are supplying in Soweto. And also in the Johannesburg South, we are supplying Pick n Pay Malbatten, Pick n Pay Newmarket. And we are soon to announce the other express stores that we'll be supplying from here forth. And our digital footprint is all over, so you can check us on our website at konzasbiscuits.co.za. And we have a huge following on Instagram and Facebook, which is biscuits_in Soweto. That's Instagram and Facebook. And then we're also on TikTok. TikTok is at konzasin. And then on X, formerly known as Twitter, we are also konzasin, at konzasin. And you can also order from our WhatsApp line, which is 073-509-1505. Alternatively, you can call 073-701-8258. You'll find the friendly voice of Rirhandzu Chauke or Rulani Chauke will be happy to be of service to you. Also, another opportunity that you guys can explore, everyone out there. So we do manufacture our business and our biscuits, and we do white labeling. So what we do is you can buy our biscuits and put your own logo or your own business and resell at your own desired price. So you can buy at stock price from us and resell the biscuits as your own We don't really care if you sell it as Conza's biscuits, if you sell it as Mada's biscuits, it's really up to you. So part of us winning, one of the reasons why we won Small Business of the for 702 and MTN for 2024 is because we empower women out there to don't just sit because you can't bake, then you can't make something. We are there for you. We bake on your behalf. You come and buy from us, you make money from our product. So we are empowering women out there. So we're actually creating employment for other women out there, men out there as well, because we do have a lot of men who do come to buy from us because they see a business opportunity, and a lot of people are making successful livelihoods through our business. So you're more than welcome to come through and buy from us, be a reseller. You can apply, you can send us you can fill out a form on our website for resellers reselling opportunity. You can call us directly, you can send us a WhatsApp, or you can send us a DM on Instagram, or comment on our Instagram stories. We'll definitely get in touch, and we're more than welcome to help you.
Wow, that is so fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've heard for yourself. Just simple Google Conza's Biscuits. I'm telling you, all the platform that she has spoken about will pop up. And you know what they say about that? When you can now just Google a name and everything about them pops up, you know you are on the road to somewhere. I like what you say about empowerment. Right? What made you guys decide on that? A lot of SMMEs really are married to their own brand. Everything has to have my name on it. Now, what made you, Conza's Biscuit, to decide, you know what, let us empower others? So we want to hear more as she comes back. We want to hear why is it important if you have made it a business to empower other people, more especially the youth. How is that working? Because I know you're passionate about also empowering the youth. So why is empowerment important for Conza's Biscuits?
So empowerment really didn't even start here. It goes back to my mother. When Mama started the business in 2004, she brought in her neighbors, the ladies who were not working, who used to live with her around. She was like, no man, come through. I am baking biscuits. Come, let's bake together. Mama was empowering women that she knew didn't have a job back then. That's where it started. Also with us now transcending to now, we're like, no man, Mama used to do this before. Why don't we explore that avenue? Create jobs for other people, because there were a lot of people far and beyond. Someone from Limpopo would be like, can I please come through and bake with you guys? And we're like, you know what? Because you can't just leave your house and come here in Johannesburg when you are in Limpopo in the Eastern Cape in Free State and you want to come. Where will you live? So we avoided all of those logistics. We're like, you know what? Let's now be the middleman. Let's bake for these people, make them make money. And my mom is not a person to drive money first. So Mama would always fight about pricing. She was like, no man, sell these biscuits at cost price to people and make them make money. That's where the empowerment started, because now we are faced with a high unemployment rate. People are always looking for alternative ways of making money. It's not easy to get a job. We can't hire everyone. Unfortunately, we can't save everyone. But we noticed a gap in the market that, you know what, there's also bakeries out there who want to do bread, scones, who want to do all the other confectionery stuff. We're like, no, we'll be your middleman. We can bake biscuits for you. Then you come and buy from us and you resell as if it's your own product. That's how people now are making money through our business. And to date, we have 20 resellers in our list that come through on a daily to buy stock and they resell. We don't even care if you go there and you're like, yes, I bake them every day. It's all up to you. What we are proud of today is that we are able to create employment for the next person out there, because we know how tough it is. My mom has been in tough situations. My sister and I have been in tough situations because we lacked money, but we needed opportunities that we could get to make a living out of whatever that we do. Now we are able to help someone make a living out of our beautiful product. And because of the love that we do, it transcends. it is growth for other people as well. They are able to make money through our product, and it couldn't be more satisfying than that.
Wow, talk about paying it forward. That is
Yes.
deep and very profound. I like that. I like that you don't want to be the only one who's benefiting from this. You also want to help other people, bring them up so that they also can make a living. That is very deep, especially for a young company. So now there's someone out there, Be Mary again. She says, you know what? Ki Conza wadi biscuit. She says, you know, I am very impressed at the rate of growth that you have really experienced in a short space of time. So it means this person really knew where your mother was coming from, and now she can see the difference now that you guys are at the helm of this thing. And she's saying, you know, I've taken a leaf out of your storybook and I'm going to run. So the work that you're doing, keep on doing it. People are noticing it. It's not only 702, it's people are noticing it. So continue doing what you're doing. So now on that note, are you open to training youngsters who say, you know what, I also want to start this business. I want to have but a master class because I'm not sure now what to do and how to go about this. But I'm inspired by this young woman who seems to have had a crack at this. Are you open to giving master classes to youngsters? Are you looking at
Yes,
that in the future?
that is definitely in the pipeline. We actually recently just sent through an application with Harambe Youth Employment Initiative so that we can get the youth to come to our kitchen so that we can provide them with a skill for baking. We can provide them with food safety through you. We can provide them with what's needed in terms of compliance in the food industry. So definitely we are working on something. We will announce on our websites as well. Soon Harambe will they are still finalizing everything so that we can be able to get South African youth to come through to us. We provide them with a skill so that they are able to open up their next bakery somewhere out there. So definitely that is in the pipeline. We are not closed off in that department. We definitely want to extend Bokoramani because my mom's arms and hands are giving. So we want to keep on giving to people out there. So definitely we will be holding master classes in the future. And yes, we will be hiring with providing them with skills so that they can use them in their life furthermore in life.
Oh, great stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear more, because I see our hour, you know, it's very funny. On this show, before you start, you think an hour, yo, what are we going to talk about? But when you are in the heat of things, an hour goes by so quickly and you realize, oh my goodness, we didn't even touch half the things that we could have actually spoken about. So, guys, if you want to know more about Conza's Biscuits, if you want to know more how to start your own baking business, you can always call them on 073 701 8258. The show is African Experience, and we are going to go on our last break. And when we come back, we will hear more about Randu, the person behind the business now. Let's go on a break.
Streaming 24/7. 24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika nakupenda sana. Oh, Afrika nakupenda sana.
Welcome back It's still African experience. And I'm talking to a beautiful young woman who took her mother's passion together with her sister and said, you know what, we are going to professionalize this thing. We are going to start our own business. And now they are trailblazers in their field of work. These are people that are winning awards left, right, and center. These are people that governments and corporate world is starting to realize. The last time I saw you guys speaking was at Wakanda. Now, Wakanda is an organization that looks after foodpreneurs. That's what they call them. So these are entrepreneurs in the food space. Now, I want you to tell our listeners how important it is for anyone in any business industry to belong to a body of support, of which I believe that is Wakanda is doing for you guys. So tell us, the aspiring business people out there, why it's important for someone to belong to or become part of such an organization such as Wakanda.
So Wakanda has really accelerated our business in leaps and bounds. We got partnerships through Wakanda. We are learning today through Wakanda. We have won these awards through exposure with the help of Wakanda. It's very important to align yourself with incubation opportunities. They advertise out there, do not ever think you are not worthy to belong. When the opportunity does come up, do grab it, do take it, apply. You know, we always tell people about Wakanda and all of the other partners that we've worked with that to take a chance. You never know. These people do really help. Now we are affiliated with CEDA, Proudly South African. We are members of Proudly South African through Wakanda. We are now learning about compliance and food and packaging, food and beverage packaging practices through Wakanda and Masana Dietitians, you know. So people should really, it's important, like I said, when I said earlier on, that it's never too late to learn. Be willing to learn. They are there to teach you so that you can upgrade your business, you can upskill your business, you know. Wakanda supplied us with their kitchen. We learned a lot of things through the Wakanda kitchen. Today we are at our own kitchen because of Wakanda, you know. So it's important and it's vital to belong to a body of such so that you can be able to propel and grow in your business. So I can never, everywhere that I go, I always mention Wakanda, how it helped us so much, you know. Like I said, it really did help formalize our business, because we started baking from my mom's house back in Soweto to going into a professional kitchen at Wakanda, and now we are able to run a professional kitchen because we trained at the Wakanda facilities. So yes, it is very important. Do not take it lightly. Make sure and fight to get into those incubations, you know, because it's important. It helps for your business.
Wow, thank you so much. And on that note, what is in the pipeline for Conza's Biscuit? What are your future plans? Before we would say, what are your 5-year plans? But now 5 years is too long in our in our current situation. So let's talk about future
Yes.
plans. What are the future plans of Conza's Biscuits?
So right now we're in a process of supplying nationally. Next year, we want to supply the whole of Africa. In the next 5 years, we would have a global footprint. That's the plan for Conza's Biscuits. Our plans are never too big for us. If you can't dream big, I don't know. But we are the dreamers. We are the viewers of the biscuits. We take a
Yeah.
leaf from people like Posha M. You know,
Mhm.
she started so small and look where she is now. We take a
Yeah.
leaf from Boba to Botrip, you know, because we want to be the Batu in the biscuits industry. We want to occupy that shelf space.
Mhm.
People have known the other brands of biscuits. They don't even know the face of those biscuits. Here we are. You can see us. We have human interactions. You can see what we do. We want to grasp that space, be the owners of homemade biscuits. That's the plan of Conza's Biscuits. We want to be known globally. We want to conquer Africa. We want to conquer South Africa and the neighboring countries.
Wow, we can only applaud and wish you the best of luck. But now we want to know, how does Conza's Biscuit, number one fan, the manager, relaxes? How do you relax?
Do I relax? I think, yo, mama, that's a difficult question for me because, I don't relax. Me and my sister, we work like we are maniacs. We are forever on work mode. Literally, we'll sleep at 1, wake up at 5, we have to be at work. It's strenuous to run a business, but when we relax with mama, with family. We visit mama a lot. Mama ba le ka Nhlaneki, Apapango. So when we do get time off, we do go visit my mom. It brings us so much joy to see mama being happy. Seeing her children, that you guys are running this thing. Mama is very proud of us. That brings joy to us. The beauty of running a small enterprise like ours, when you train people, you don't necessarily have to be in the business 24/7. You can actually leave trust to someone who can actually run the business on your behalf. So how I relax is just to be around family. Spending time with my sister helps a lot. Spending time with my children helps a lot. Spending time with mama is the greatest of all time. I enjoy seeing her happy that we are able to run her business, how we are doing. So that's how I relax. I don't go out much, but when I'm with my children and family, I'm the most relaxed and most happy.
So, wow, thank you so much for that. But we need to find a way to do this work-life balance thing. You know how
Yes.
we need to find a way, even if it's Tuesday, but at least you do relax because now going to visit mama and spending time with family, that is how you relax. So, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking to yet another powerhouse. The objective, again, as I mentioned, is to inspire a Black child to go up, identify your passion, go and occupy space, find something you can do, whether with your hands, find something you can do with your passion. And as we round off our show today, we do have beautiful pictures of this heartwarming biscuits. Our producer is now showing them. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, those biscuits tell you to now start boiling your water and prepare some tea or coffee, whatever it is that you drink or you take your biscuits with. So thank you so much, Randu. We want to wish you all of the best in your journey. You guys are on the right track. South Africa loves you. Soweto loves you. You have the support of everyone who comes into contact with you. And I'm hoping with the story, the way you narrated your story, your journey, how mama helped you guys to realize your passion and running with it, has inspired a Black child somewhere who's sitting thinking, there's no job. What can I do? Maybe I should just give up. Ayikho lento. This thing is not existing. Now to stand up. So on our show, before we round off, before we close off, we ask our guests to tell us what we call parting shots. Might be something that you feel strongly about, something that you feel maybe you still wanted to tell the people out there, something you feel maybe, can help someone out there, anything that is on your mind that you consider to be important. So this is your time to tell Africa, South Africa, Soweto, Nhlaneki, everywhere, what your parting shots are.
So my parting shot would be one thing I think most business owners or small businesses owners try and run away from is feedback. We have grown with negative feedback. We never took it lightly. Now that we are getting exposure, we've had a lot of threats through social media, because the good and bad, the bad side about social media is that it's good to market your product, but also there's a bad side of it where people bully you, people come through and be like, I'll expose you, you guys are getting famous there, I'll go and expose you, Learn how to deal with negative feedback and grow from it. There'll always be someone who doesn't believe in the greater good that you believe in your product to be. There'll always someone who will want to hate on your product. Take that with a stride. Hold on to what you believe in and do best to give people the best out of you. If you're going to do half in, half out, it will never work. Be fully invested and immersed in your business, and you are destined for success. That's the parting shot I'll be telling everyone. And one last thing, girl child or small or boy child out there, it's you are worth something and you can be anything that you want to be. Hold on to that. Never give up. Thank you.
What a way to close off. Girl child, boy child, you are worth something. Go out and get this thing that you are really worthy of. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I see a lot more people are tuning in. Some are even trying to get on the live Zoom and whatnot. But thank you so much. It shows how much people really love hearing your story. And on that note, thank you to our producer, DJ Mercy, and our executive producer, Pastor Strike, and the Bold Moves family for tuning in to yet another show, African Experience with myself, Mandla Aventina waka Mabunda. So next week, same time, same place, we are going to be talking to yet another African game changer. So do tune in. And on that note, stay blessed. We are out. Bye.
Bye.